Hello and welcome back. So I'm super excited for this journey so far. It's been quite a journey, 10 days so far, consistently recording. Well, to be honest, not exactly 10 days, but nonetheless, progress. It's about progress, not perfection. Now, in the previous episode, I showed you guys how I found my market, or how I decided on my market. So basically, you find one of the interest areas that you have, use that as a category, and then you dig deeper to a subcategory, and then you dig even deeper to even a subcategory, which is called the niche. So you have the main category, you have the sub-market, and then you have finally the niche. Now, and the next thing you're going to do here is you're going to do, the next thing I did was do a brief analysis of the competition. But before I go on, this is not going to be like the other episodes where it's going to be sort of structured. Because the ideas that I'm trying to convey here is a little bit different. You see, the first thing that we need to do is, first of all, go up one level. So in the previous video, you found like maybe your niche was a wealth niche or was a wealth market. And so you decided maybe on wealth, and then you went to real estate, and then maybe you decided your niche is going to be residential real estate. Okay? Now, for this episode, we want to go a step backwards. Now, the idea of the previous episode was to give you sort of a specific location, kind of the area where you're going to be focusing on. So that's kind of like the main thing that kind of tickles your fancy, the things that kind of gets you excited to talk about, to do, and that sort of thing. But here's the thing, the problem is there's a lot of competition in that area. And so there's no new market, so to speak. There's no it's not a brand new market. There are already people who are existing there. There are already people who have already been there for years, already doing what you want to do. And so even that niche in itself is already a broad category. Now, the thing that I found that works for me and works really best for you to carve out your piece of the pie, to find your niche or the area that you're going to really specialize in, is to go up a level. And so if you decided on a wealth market and then you went to real estate and then to residential real estate, I suggest you go back to the real estate sub-market. And then from then on, I want you to go out there. And this is why I said it's very important that you choose an area of your interest. But it's okay if you choose like something brand new, something like you have no experience, you have no knowledge in it, it's okay to do it. It's going to take a bit of time, but if you already choose something that you're interested in, it's going to take the same process. The difference is the amount of time that it's going to take you, because if you already have some level of experience, you have familiarity in terms of the topic, in terms of some of the main areas, the main highlights of residential real estate. And so it's not new to you. It's not exactly new to you. It's not like you're studying a brand new subject. It's something that you're maybe familiar with. You just haven't structured your thought patterns around it, or your knowledge, or the knowledge that you have around it properly. But if you're new, well, you have to actually read the entire book first of all, because so that you can know the chapters that are inside of the book. So you can use that book as an analogy, so to speak. You've read a book before, then you know some of the chapters and even some of the stories that they are in. Even if you read it for the first time, you can tell some of the stories or some of the chapters that they are in that book, because it's not new to you. But if you're brand new, you'd have to read the entire book first of all, and then you can be able to tell like some of the chapters that are available they are in. And so for this section, or for this episode, it is important that you have some familiarity with the sub-market that you're talking about. If you don't, that is okay. You just have to dig deep a bit, and it's going to take a bit of time to actually study the area, and then you can come back to this episode. Now, so if I'm assuming you already have an interest area in this subject matter, and it's not new to you, at least it's not brand spanking new. You have some, you've nibbled at it a bit. It's like going to a restaurant, when you're choosing a restaurant where you're going to eat, or just a hotel or somewhere you're going to eat. And so you have some familiarity with the place. It's not your first time, so you don't know what you're going to order. But if it's your first time, you don't even know what you're going to order. But if you've been there a couple of times, then you've tried this dish, you've tried that dish, you've tried that meal, you've tried that, you've tried those fries, you've tried those, that steak and whatever. And so you have some familiarity to know, which is the best combo for you, which is like the best one, which restaurant has the best food, which one has the best steak. If you have that kind of experience, you've tried multiple restaurants, and you can know which one to go to at a particular time, or which one to make recommendations for, because having had that experience. It's kind of like the same sort of experience. You can't be able to recommend a book unless you've actually read the book before. You can only recommend a title, so to speak, but even then it's not going to be an in-depth recommendation. It's going to be pretty much just, a surface level and shallow sort of recommendation. And so that is why I'm suggesting it's very important that you actually have some level of familiarity with the topic area. So now if you chose the wealth market, and then you chose real estate, and then you chose maybe residential real estate or commercial real estate, whatever kind of, or Airbnbs, whatever it is that you chose. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting is you need to have some level of knowledge especially on the sub-market area. Now, the niche area, you can develop that knowledge over time, but it's very important that you have it, even now as well. But you can develop that knowledge over time, but it's important that you have, at least you have something, some level of substance or the essence, or you can understand some of the basic level essence of some of these things. I'm going to give you an example using my niche and how I came about picking my niche. And so when I started online, I started as a way to make money online. And so obviously that was going to be the wealth market. And then from the wealth market, it was digital marketing or internet marketing. And then from then on, mine is a bit deeper. So you can find things like affiliate marketing. You can find things like drop shipping. You can find things like, there are all these other areas like lead generation, and they're new. There's so many. I think maybe crypto is one of them. But anyway, so I dabbled in a lot of these things. I tried, content creation. I tried SEO, search engine optimization. I tried search engine marketing. I tried social media marketing. I tried email marketing. And all these are inside the digital marketing space. And so if you go a deeper level whereby you have wealth and then you have digital marketing, and then if you go to a sub level, or if you dig deeper, you find you have affiliate marketing, you have social media marketing, you have agency marketing of lead generation, you've got SEO, you've got SEM, you've got, there are all these different avenues or offshoots of marketing, so to speak. And so I dabbled in most of these areas. And so the reason why I recommend to have a knowledge base of these areas is because it's going to be much easier for you to actually find out the major points or major problems that you're having with that niche. And then from then on, you can be able to carve out your own niche. And so in my example, I'm just going to give you my example because I think that's going to be the best way for you to understand. So this episode might actually go on to be quite one of the longest episodes, but bear with me. I'm trying to explain something here. And so in my niche, or in my example, I started with wealth and then went to digital marketing. And then inside of digital marketing, you had all these other areas. You got SEO, social media marketing, email marketing, lead generation, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, drop servicing. There are all these new terms that are coming across each and every single day. Okay. Now, however, I learned something inside of these areas, and this is how I came up with my niche, because I learned that whether it's in affiliate marketing or social media marketing or search engine optimization or email marketing or lead generation or content creation or all of these things, or even e-commerce or dropshipping, there was one underlying problem that came about from all of these things, whereby we had a lot of the gurus, a lot of the industry experts in that area knew the how to. Okay? So if you talk about an area like web design or web developing or SEO, they knew how to develop a website. They knew how to actually code the website. They knew how to use popular landing page tools to create, the look of the website. They knew all these things. They knew, if you go to search and social media marketing, they actually knew how to do the marketing, whereby they knew the basic fundamental things, or the basic points of priority, the bare minimum, whereby you just need to create certain posts and caption them and create certain stories and tell them. And so whether it's SEO, you have a certain formula or a certain level of guidance or standard operating procedure to each and every single one of these markets. And so if it's SEO, you start off with on-page SEO, then you go to off-page SEO, you do backlinking, you do, schema, sorry about that. You do schemas and all these things. And so the know-how, how to do this, how to do this was there. If it's email marketing, they'll tell you how to do this. You set up an email system, you create an email newsletter, you start marketing your email to your list, start building your list, you create a lead gen. If it's going to, search engine marketing, you go to Google, you start Google display ads or YouTube ads. If it's Facebook marketing, you know how to create an ad, you go to Facebook Manager, and then you go there. And when you're there, you can create different ad sets and different ad categories, and then different videos or thumbnails. And so there's a lot of know-how or how to actually get the thing done that you want to do. But one of the problems that I found out is the biggest problematic areas with these areas was that there was not an understanding of the why we're doing these things. And so you had the knowledge, yes, but you don't have the understanding as to why you're doing some of these things. And so the biggest problem that I found with most people is because without understanding, one of the biggest reasons why people don't take action is because of a lack of understanding. And so without understanding, it becomes difficult for them to actually take action, because here's the thing. I'm going to give you an example with affiliate marketing. So I tried the affiliate marketing website, and I did this. Whereby you create a website, you pick a niche, you start producing content, just reviewing websites, you start reviewing products on Amazon or ClickBank or whatever else. But the problem is it's a lot of how to. And so yes, you can get the how to, then you have a website, you can have the how to, you can write the articles, you can do this, but it's a lot of how to. But the reason why these things didn't last is because, you see, all of this were contingent on one thing. They're dependent on a certain system, so to speak. So if in affiliate marketing, if you're doing search engine optimization for affiliate marketing, the main engine that you're running on there is Google. You're trying to get your website to the first page of Google. That way people can click on your website. And when they click on your links and then they buy from your links, you get paid from it. But the problem is Google was constantly updating. And so it was dependent on Google. And so the problem is Google was constantly updating. And so unless you learn to evolve with Google at each every single time, you'd find a situation whereby, and this happened to a lot of people in the affiliate marketing niche, whereby a Google algorithm update, whereby Google updates its algorithm, they develop the technology even to make it even better, or the search engine to become even better. And what you'd find is, as a developer, some websites would be cut off completely. And so today you could be making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, and then after an update, you're going back to zero. So now you have to start from scratch again. And so these are the one of fundamental problems that I found with these things. And then you find with Facebook marketing is, okay, so let's talk about Facebook ads, for instance. Whereby you start marketing or you start running ads on Facebook. And the problem is, people will teach you, oh, this is how you create an ad, this is how you do this, this is the budget you use, this is how you do this. But the problem is there was no basis, there's no foundation for actually running those ads. And so a lot of the times is you're pretty much testing and guessing, you're pretty much experimenting, and whereby things could go south at any moment. And so what I realized, and the problem that I came up with that allowed me to cover my niche here, was because I realized there was a basic lack of the foundational knowledge when it comes to each area of digital marketing. So whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it is YouTube ads, whether it is SEO or SEM or social media marketing or affiliate marketing or email marketing or lead generation, or whatever the area is in digital marketing, whatever the different offshoots of digital marketing there are there. One of the things that I realized there is there was a basic foundational, a lack of a foundational knowledge that will allow you to not only succeed, not in just one area, but in every other area that you can decide to go on. And so, because marketing is marketing at the end of the day, and if you learn how to do affiliate marketing, it's not going to be difficult for you to start to do Facebook ads. You just need to know the technical know-how of actually do it. But the problem is there was a lack of knowledge in how to generate sales, how to do marketing, how to build relationships with people, how to get in front of the right people. And so these are some of the areas that I found that was sorely lacking. And so one of the problems that I found with most people, even myself, when it comes to studying these things, was, yes, I could teach you how to create a website and how to upload your content on that website and all these things. But the problem is the next Google update would kick you out, and then you end up starting from scratch. And the work that you've done over years, and because it took you years, like 1, 2, 3 years for you to make that kind of money, and you'd find that the level of effort, or in just a span of 1 year or just a single day, you'd find that you go from being on the first page of Google to the last page of Google and out of the blue, and then you have to start over again. And so that's the foundational thing that I learned. But then I came across, once I identified that, I decided to dig deeper. What is it that I was missing here? And then from then on, I discovered that there are certain things, there are certain elements or knowledge gaps that are available in these areas that are missing, that would tie all these things together. And so you'd find these areas whereby if you knew the basics of sales and marketing, or you understood sales and marketing and persuasion and negotiation and influence, and all these things I'm going to be teaching you later on in this channel. But if you knew the basics of these things, and if you go to the affiliate marketing niche, you just need to add the know-how, and then you're able to thrive. Now you're no longer be dependent on Google, but if you were to build relationships with your audience that way, even if there's a Google algorithm update, your site is not going to be affected in any, you're not going to feel the pinch for it. Because here's the thing, they teach you affiliate marketing with SEO, whereby people would come to your website and then they buy the thing that they want, and then they leave and you never see it for them again. And so when you get a Google algorithm update, what happens is your site gets hit, and then you go to the last page of Google, and then you end up starting over from scratch. However, then they introduce something new here, and they introduce lead generation or email marketing, so to speak, whereby when people buy from you try and get an email from them by giving them like a free ebook and whatnot. But the problem is it is so mechanistic that people don't even know their audience as well. And so you find the situation whereby in affiliate marketing, that people were actually using basic data-driven, so to speak, information or data. And so they go to things like Google, and so there's no kind of interpersonal relationships with the human beings that you're selling to, because at the end of the day, the people who are buying from your website or buying using your links are human beings. And so you find the problem is that people don't have that connection with that person. They don't understand the pains, the problems, the emotional pain points that this person is going through when they come to this area. And so they're unable to build that kind of relationship with them. Okay? And so that is the problem. And if you go to each and every other area, whether it's drop shipping, their goal was pretty much focused on money. They just want money, money, money. As long as I sell you and you buy using my link, that's the end of the day. You can go, you can go wherever it is you're going, and I don't need your business again. And so that's the problem is, and when you notice this thing, there is no durability, so to speak, or it's not sustainable, so to speak. And so you'd find a situation whereby it does not last. It's something that you work on. Your works maybe for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, but then something comes up, and then you have to go back to the books again. You have to start from scratch again. And so I noticed that is the same problem. That is the pattern of problem that keeps appearing in each and every single one of these niches. And so whether it's doing an agency, whether you're doing your social media marketing as a freelancer or an agency, whether you're doing affiliate marketing, whatever it is, whether it's email marketing or Facebook ads, the problem is it was not sustainable. And so the tricks that worked yesterday don't work today or won't work tomorrow. And so you have to constantly keep going back to the drawing book and develop new skills and new technologies and just kind of learn new skills each and every single time. That way, it's a constant rat race, basically, whereby you have to constantly upskill in terms of technology, in terms of finding the latest hack or technique or tool to help you have an edge. But the problem is the fundamentals of sales and marketing haven't changed in any of these industries. But once you learn those industries, you can apply them knowing how to talk to people, how to close a sale, using the same fundamental. Like, for instance, if you knew sales, okay, and then you add that knowledge to, you knew marketing, you knew sales, and you knew maybe a skill like copywriting, which I'm so going to get into in the next few weeks or the few months. But if you knew these things, if you go into Facebook ads, you can create an ad with that fundamental knowledge and you'll be able to succeed, or you at least have a 50% better chance of succeeding in any market, not just the niche that you're in. So you can be able to have, it affords you the opportunity to dive into a brand new space and conquer that space. And so by reason of me having an understanding of the wealth market, especially the digital marketing space, and having tried affiliate marketing and SEO and email marketing and lead generation and content creation, and all these other things, I have an idea of some of the main problems that people who are doing affiliate marketing are facing, some of the main problems that people who are doing SEO are facing, some of the main problems that people who are doing email marketing are facing, some of the problems that people who are doing dropshipping are facing, some of the problems that people are doing Facebook ads are facing, the problems of YouTube ads, the problem of display ads, all these things. I can kind of tangibly touch the main problem or the main problem points of these areas that is making it difficult for people to succeed sustainably. And because I have an understanding and have enough knowledge, so to speak, or at least I have identified, I have some level of experience with each and every single one of these areas of digital marketing, I can be able to carve out my own niche whereby I'm teaching you guys how to use the knowledge that you have to unearth your gifts, to find the right knowledge, to put your gifts in front of the right people, to help you get paid for it. And you're going to use different avenues. So you might start with YouTube, for instance, to find the right people. And then from then on, you can use that same knowledge as I teach you how to get the money out of the wallets of people. And then you can use that same knowledge to do YouTube ads. Okay. And so it kind of, you build up on the previous foundation, not diversifying or doing like one thing here, another different thing here, another different thing here, because that's what happens in most cases, whereby you build something in one area and then something happens, you tear it down, and then you go to a different area, you build something else, there's something happens, it's torn down, and then you go to a different area, something happens, torn down. And so instead of doing that, and whereby you're in a constant process of, having to innovate and having to develop yourself again and again, you find that it would be much better when you build the first thing at first with a solid foundation, and then you can build on top of it, and then you build on top of it, and then you build on top of it, and then you'd find that in that specific niche, you'll be able to carve out your own space for that market. Okay, so I just give an example of that one. And so another example, I'm just going to give you a different example now for the fitness niche. And so let's say decide your area of your market area is health. And so you decide you're going to do, fitness. And then from fitness, you decide to do calisthenics, for instance. Now, if you have an idea of the fitness market, then you know some of the other areas that are in the fitness market. So there's calisthenics. You can talk about parkour. You can talk about body weight exercises. You can talk about Now, I'm not sure about nutrition, maybe it's there or not. We're going to talk about bodybuilding, becoming a fitness model. Now, if you have a familiarity with these areas, you can find out some of the main problems with calisthenics that people are having. Like, oh, there's so many different exercises with calisthenics, it's so strenuous for you to learn even how to do one of these things. Okay, so you find the problem here is people don't have an understanding of what calisthenics is, the relationship between muscles, how to engage different muscles to get the best results, how to do it without actually getting tired and whatnot. And then from calisthenics, you can look at parkour. Okay, so the problem with parkour is a bit dangerous, so maybe you can find, a suitable alternative. And then the other thing is probably find people have a problem with time. They don't have enough time to do like 10 different exercises to do, like 10 different sets of maybe 20 reps each and every single day. So you can kind of come up with something that is more sustainable, that is more effective for them, depending on the kind of like the time frame. The other thing you find, there's a lot of knowledge in all of these areas whereby there's a lot of knowledge where people don't understand, or they're bombarded with knowledge. You need to learn this, you need to know this, you need to learn this exercise. Like one of the biggest problems I have with bodybuilding is there's like 1,000 different exercises you have to do. Like when it comes just to chest workers, you have like 1,000 different exercises you have to do. You got the incline bench press, the regular bench press, you've got the decline bench press, you've got, when you're using dumbbells, dumbbell bench press, you've got the close, you've got the wide one, you've got, like using the machine, and there's so many different exercises, you don't even understand what is going on. And so what is happening here, you've got the fitness gurus will tell you to do like 10 different exercises. And you still have work to do, you still have things to do. And so the problem is they're not sustainable. It's not something that you can do for long. And so if you can find the main problems, some of those problems in these areas, you can be able to carve out your own niche, whereby you can be able to identify the main pain points, the main problems within your sub market. So if, like in the health is the main category, the main market, and then you have the sub market of fitness. You can find some of the main problems within the sub market of fitness, or whether it's calisthenics, maybe there are too many different exercises and they require too much time. And then maybe look at, yoga. Does not make sense. Most people think it's for men or for women or something like that. You can look at becoming a fitness model. Maybe people don't become a fitness model, they just want to be fit. They don't want to be too big or something like that. You can look at bodybuilding. Maybe people don't want to do 100 different exercises a day. They don't have time for that. And then you can find that when you identify some of the main problems or some of the main things that people hate in these areas, you can use them to identify or to carve out your own niche, whereby there's minimal competition in that area. And so that is pretty much how you carve out your niche. Now, there's a concept, I found this concept was probably explained in another book I'm going to share with you in the next episode. So this can be like a part 1, and then the part 2 is going to kind of give you like the main theory, but I'm just giving it down as a case study or as an understanding, so that you can understand, or you can have a clear picture of what it is that you need to do. What is it I'm trying to tell you? And so when it comes to carving out your niche, first of all, you need to go back to the main sub-market. So when it comes to wealth, it can be real estate. So that's why you need to focus on real estate, and then identify the different niches inside of the real estate market. And then I want you to go dig deep into each and every single one of these niches. Find the main industry leaders in these niches, or the main influencers in these niches, and then from there, just join their groups. Most of them have groups on Facebook, they have channels on YouTube and whatnot. You just join them, just look at the chats, look at the comments and whatnot. I suggest doing like 2 to 3 per niche. So if you have like real estate, you can do, just give you like an example. So you got wealth, real estate, and then residential real estate. Find about 2 to 3 influencers in the residential real estate market. Go to the commercial real estate market, find about 2 to 3 influencers there. Go to the Airbnb, find about 2 to 3 influencers there. And then people have big channels, maybe in the hundreds of thousands, 10,000 to 100,000, even 1 million, the most subscribed. And then from there, just look through their comments of their most popular videos and find out, just go through their comments and find out what the main problem is with people having in these groups and in this. What are the questions that people keep asking? What are the main points people have in these areas? So I want you to find at least 10 niches, and then find about 1 to 3 influencers in each niche. And so yes, you have a handful. So you should have between 10 to 30 influencers. So dig deep, find these people, look at the channels, join their groups, find out what are the main problems that people are facing in this group. Write them down, and then find out the pattern. You're going to look at the pattern that is constantly appearing in these areas, and then from then on, you can carve out your own niche from that on. And so that's pretty much how you carve out your niche. Okay? So I hope you understood this. Episode. If you haven't, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do another episode whereby I can kind of clearly outline my thoughts on the matter, and that way you can understand how I came up with my own niche. And so thanks guys, and See you again. And before I forget, one of the biggest advantages of doing this is now you see, if you find out the wealth market and then you go real estate and then you decide to evaluate residential, commercial, Airbnbs, and all these things. You see, one of the biggest advantages, now the people who are already here, already doing business in these markets like residential real estate and commercial real estate and Airbnb, they're not going to be your direct competitors. In fact, they're going to be complementary competitors. That means you can work with them to generate, do business with them. And so you can have partnerships with them. And that gives you an opportunity to tap into their audiences already, or their customers already, without having to do much of the work. And so that's one of the biggest benefits of being able to cover your niche in this kind of manner. And so that's one of the biggest examples, and you're going to find that it's going to be a huge example later on. So for now, I just need you to understand that is how we do it. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe button and share. Just to help this channel and to let me know that you guys are finding this content extremely useful, or at least remotely useful. And be sure to leave a comment in the section below. Bye.